guys, welcome back. Kayyvapes here again with another video. Today we are going to be talking about the Kangertech NEBox. So this was the first device that I started vaping on when I came back to vaping, and the first device that I was successful on quitting smoking with. So because of that, it wanted to be the first device that I actually gave a review on. So the first part of the video, I'm going to take you up close, walk you through the packaging, what you get with this device, and a little bit of how it works. Then I'll take you back up top and we will talk about the pros and cons for this guy for me. So let's just get right into it.
Alright guys, so we are up close and personal with the NEBox here. This is a retake because the first time the audio was really quiet, so hopefully sitting a little closer to the camera this time helps. And so yeah, so here is the box, and I have the blue edition. It comes with this sleeve. On the back side here we have just the Kangertech and codes and all that, and some made in China and some stuff in another language. Yeah, so there's that. You take this sleeve off, let's set it to the side, and we've got the box here, and we'll open it up, and the device will sit here. I learned from trial and error that I do not want to have to take this out of the box for you guys, so it sits right here, and it would take me 40 minutes to get this out, so I have already taken it out. And underneath here we've got some manuals. So we have our user guide, shows all of the NEBoxes in all of their colors. This is just your common user guide. You can probably look that up online because I can't get the whole thing into the frame. I apologize for that, but there is that. And we've got these little stickers that cover your battery. So there's a vent hole here that you'll see when I put the battery in. You can see through it the color of the battery. So if you so choose, you can use these stickers to cover that area so that it's black and kind of matches. And then we've got a guide here on, that's not in English, guide here on the coils and the recommended wattages for running the coils. So there's that. That's helpful for beginners. You've got this little RBA baggie, which comes with some cotton for the RBA section. There is this little baggie for the RBA section, which has a blue screwdriver in it and has been taken out and added to my blue screwdriver collection. I'm trying to get this to focus here. Comes with some additional coils. I believe there were 2 in here. I've used one. And some additional screws. Yeah. There's also one already pre-installed, I believe, if I remember correctly, on the RBA section. So in these areas of the box are your RBA, one of your coils, one is already pre-installed in there when you get it, and your Delrin drip tip. And in this section here is your charging cable. So here she is, and she is a very nice size, fits in the hand nicely. I would and I'm not going to go into crazy detail on how many inches tall or anything like that. There are plenty of videos on YouTube for that. This is just to show you the device. So it comes with this drip tip, which is quite fun to get in the first time, but once you get her in there, she is pretty much good to go. So there's where the drip tip goes, and then we've got the bottom sections here. We've got the plastic tank, and when you take this out, which can be unscrewed by hand. Take this out. This is where your coil will sit. Let's take the strip tip out. It comes in there with the NI200 coil already in there, which is this guy here. So when you get it, that will be pre-installed. I have vaped on all of these coils, so they are not in the most lovely of conditions, but just showing you them here. So it comes like this with the NI200 coil in there. You also get a stainless steel coil that has the red ring around the bottom. And you also get the RBA section, which I have conveniently for myself unscrewed here, and looks like this. I have also vaped down the RBA section, so my coil is a bit gunky, most recently with peppermint in there. Peppermint cupcake. There we go. That is inside the RBA deck. We're back up in there. We've got a different coil in here. My hands are covered in some juice. Alright, so that is the coil area, tank area. I don't know if I showed down the side here, but just open her up and you just fill her right on down the side there. You see? And you pop this boy in here, and like I said, with the RBA section, it is sometimes takes a little bit more finagling to get it in there. This is the area from which it will leak, and this is your battery area. So I just use a quarter to open this up, and it's marked here. You see that the top side is for the negative, and down in there you can kind of see that at the end of that tunnel with no light, there is a positive symbol down there. So we will take our battery, and I'm just using a 30Q, pop that in there, and then you'll notice as soon as you get the battery in there and start screwing this in, the device will turn on. So the Kangertech come on, and it is, as you see here, registering. My coil is all jacked up, but let's see, tap it 3 times and we get into just this mode here where we can select if we're using a NI200 coil, titanium coil, or we just want to go in wattage mode and exit. And there's a button just up and down, and a nice little fire button. So I'm not going to go into huge detail on these menus and such. When I use this, I mainly used it in wattage mode, and that's what I'm most experienced with. So that's all really I'm going to talk about in that. So there's the screen. That's what it looks like. And tap this 5 times as usual to turn it on and off. 3 times to change the mode. Up and down adjusting buttons here. That is your charging port. It just says NEBox on the back with some stuff down here. And Kangertech symbol over here with a nice little venting, and that's where you see the battery through. That's where you would put the tape if you so choose to do that. And again, drip tip goes up here. And I think that's about it for the device. We'll take it back up top and give some final thoughts about it, and that'll be it.
Alright, so back up top now, and we have seen what she comes with, and we have seen a little bit of her menu and what she looks like real nice and up close. We'll take a little vape. Mind you, this guy has been sitting around, so yeah. Not a whole lot of vapor there, but I think that has something to do with the fact that I put kind of an older coil back in here for simplicity's sake, and only a little bit of juice because I didn't want to you know, be wasteful for this video. So there's that. Alright, so let's go through some real quick specs here. NEBox 60 watts, has temperature control in nickel mode. It runs on a 0.15 coil and higher. It's a single 18650 device, Delrin drip tip, tank capacity of 10 mLs. You can run stainless steel, nickel, and titanium coils in here. Has an RBA deck. Comes in red, black, blue, and white. Alright. The pros on this guy for me, I personally think this is a great starter device. I was really happy with it as my first device. It gave a lot of versatility and options for me to develop what kind of vaping I liked, deck and learn with that. So it has a lot of different options for a beginner to develop themselves as a vapor and kind of find their niche and their style of what they like in vaping. Another pro is that it holds 10 mLs, like it's just a ridiculous amount. I went all day vaping on the same tank, and I just enjoyed not having to constantly fill this device. It's really easy to use. The software essentially is really simple, so for a first device it's really great as far as not having too many options or not being overwhelming to a point where I couldn't figure it out. It's an all-in-one, so it's very compact. It has pretty good vapor production, depending on, you know, obviously what kind of juice you're vaping on in here, and when you don't have a coil that's old as dirt in here, it has really good vapor production. So that's it for my pros. As far as cons, my number one and biggest con, you'll hear people call this guy the leak box. It does leak. It leaks pretty crazy. I have found, as far as solutions, if I didn't fill higher than half of the tank, it was less likely to leak. Some people leave it on its side so it doesn't leak. Some people take out the drip tip and leave it upside down so it didn't leak. I actually had a little crocheted mat that I put underneath it. I crocheted just for this guy because he did leak when I was asleep. So yeah, that was my fix for it. The other thing that I didn't personally like about it is that when I used the RBA deck, I did have a little bit of difficulty putting it back in here. It didn't seat like very nicely in here. There was some finagling and some time that had to be taken to put that on there, and that just, I think maybe it could have been done a little bit differently so that it seated in there a little bit more simply. So yeah, and then my last con here is that because it's not like hand twist like the juice well is, the battery well needs something to be turned. You do get some oh, finding the camera is so hard. You do get some paint chipping there, and that kind of bothered me. But that's really it for this guy. That's my thoughts on it, my take on it. Overall, like I said, I enjoyed the device. I think I purchased it for about $54, and for a starter just getting into vaping, I would definitely recommend it. The pros did outweigh the cons for me, and if I had to do it all over again, I would purchase this device again. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos in the future, make sure to hit that nice pretty red button down there to subscribe. I will leave some links down below to where you can purchase this and some other information, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys!